Well, joining me now is environmental campaigner Laura Young. Good evening, Laura. I mean, one of the questions we posed at the top of that report was, why are school children vaping? That's the research project that the government intends to look into. I've heard the phrase that it's been compared as the Alco Pops of cigarettes. What do you think?
I think that's exactly right. These are not being marketed anymore as a smoking cessation tool. Instead, it's a lifestyle accessory. It's something that's fun, it's fruity, it's colourful, it seems harmless. And it's not just sold by vaping shops that are specialised. It's being sold in shops all over the place. Cafes, hair salons, you name it, people are putting these into lots of different shops. So they're really accessible as well for young people. And I certainly think it is the Alcopops of today. The colours and the flavours, they really relate to what kids are used to buying in terms of sweets and other products. And they are just so cheap and so accessible that kids are getting their hands on them. And it's becoming popular because they are addictive. And that is the real worry.
Right, and because everyone else is doing it at school, why don't I try it too? But do you also think the element of the fact that it has been marketed as an alternative to smoking, so it's not quite so harmful, it's not so bad, that has done a lot of potential damage too, so the image of vaping is it's perfectly fine?
Exactly, and we know that it is a smoking cessation tool that's recommended for adults, but the NHS has said that it's not harmless. It does have impacts. And we also don't have really long-term evidence of what this might do to lungs, to overall health, but certainly not for children who are maybe picking this up as young as 11, 12, some of the stories that we've been hearing. So we need more research into this, but it certainly isn't harmless, and it really should not be anything that children or non-smokers are picking up just as a bit of a lifestyle thing.
So are you hopeful this government crackdown will work? Do you think it's going far enough?
I think we need to look at a lot of different variables in this. We need to look at how kids are getting them. We need to maybe question why they're so accessible. We need to maybe question what types of shops can be selling these and how to restrict it to spaces that really are going to take the 18 plus age, the adults only, seriously. But we also need to look at the fact that it is these disposables that are the ones that are attracting young people. And there's not just...
You are an environmental campaigner. You started a ban Disposable Vapes completely campaign, haven't you, about 6 months ago?
We have, and actually it started very much just because they've ended up as litter in lots of cities, in lots of parks, on beaches, and it kind of raised the question of these throwaway electronic devices are causing a bit of an issue. But of course, when you start to dig into these products, you realise it's not just harmful litter, it's actually a really wasteful product where we throw away over 1.3 million of these every single week in the UK, and they contain lots of different materials, single-use plastic, but also electronic components like a lithium-ion battery that cause a lot of waste, a waste of a lot of precious resources, and also risk fire when they end up going to landfill where they shouldn't be going. But actually, it also led us on to realise that it's these disposables that are being marketed to young people that are also throw away. So lots of young people feel like they can buy them for little money, they're very cheap, and chuck it away before they get home. And I think that's why we've ended up in this situation where we have a whole range of issues associated with this product. And certainly me and other campaigners and organisations feel like if the disposables were banned, that leaves a reusable, more environmentally friendly option, of course, but it still leaves something for adults who are looking to quit smoking in a way. And then, of course, move away from that so that they can be completely smoking and vaping free in the future.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's differentiating the more serious person who wants to move away from smoking to people doing it very casually. Laura Young, thanks very much indeed for joining us here on Sky News.
Yeah.